we're going to fillet a fish. Cut that. Alright, so we start with the fillet basically runs along the spine, so it kind of sits on the spine like a pancake. So what you want to do is follow the meat all the way up to the skull. And so I always try kind of feel where it starts going hard into the skull, and that's kind of my point where I'm going to start. And so then what you want to do is kind of get your knife flat all the way along the spine and bring it all the way down along to the tail. So my first cut, when the fish is kind of sitting this way, is kind of coming down right at the top here and kind of trying to feel where that spine is. So you can usually, you don't want to go, I might have already gone on the wrong side of the spine, but you want to kind of get nice and flat on the spine. Where are we? It's hard to feel on these guys. I'll start on this side. So I know. The same deal, coming right up to the skull. And trying to feel where that spine is. And kind of, there we go, there it is.
Nice.
And if your knife's thin enough, you can kind of feel where it is as you go down. That's why the thin fillet knife's quite good. And so then you can see there's the spine. And I like to put a little bit of tension on the fillet. And as you pull the fillet up, it kind of gives you a nice platform to kind of just nicely hack away at it. And once you get past the middle of the spine, so you have like the main spine and then the bones coming off the spine, I guess the plane of the spine kind of changes. So if you come in with your knife flat and keep going, you're going to miss a lot of meat. So that's why I've pulled the fillet up so I can see what I'm doing, and then I can feel where that new angle's coming once I get past that spine. So you can kind of feel that. Now I've kind of got my angle right, I can bring that knife down like that, like so. Alright. So now you're coming up to the ribs, so this area here that holds the gut cavity, you have quite a few ribs, so there's a few ways you can do it. I like just to take the whole fillet off. And now we have a fillet. So the next step is just to skin it. So you want to, when you're skinning the fish, it's also good to have a sharp knife, but you want to kind of come in on maybe like a 45-degree angle, or a bit less, and kind of feel where the skin is. You'll feel the density of the flesh turn into skin, and once you hit skin, I kind of like angle up again, and I keep a lot of tension on the skin with my fingernails and kind of push away with the knife on the right angle. It's kind of, it's a lot to do with feel, and I guess if your knife's too sharp, it's easy to kind of mow through the skin, or if it's too blunt, you kind of end up butchering it. So it's just about getting the right amount of tension and angle for whatever knife you're using. So again, just kind of pulling tight, moving your way through. Probably missed a bit on that one. And this will happen a lot. So this is say if you do miss a bit, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can try come from the top and skin it from that way, or the easiest way, I reckon, if you're going to cut it up for sashimi anyway, if you're not trying to get like a fillet of fish, I'll just go like that, and the bit I've missed, I can just do the same thing on again. So just go. Skin's actually a bit soft today, it's been in the fridge overnight.
Was that a mountain?
Yeah, it's been mountain.
They've got like, it's harder on them, they find scales.
Yeah, I'll just get that all bit with my knife. Cool. So I'll get a new fillet. Yeah, that's the butterfish there.
I thought that's a butterfish. This is what I've been seeing when we've been going there. Like, these are really good to eat. Woo! Do you like butterfish, Mum?
Yeah, actually, it's only since Ollie's been Ollie. I've never tried them until Ollie. Am I scaring them?
There's actually a fair bit of meat. As the fish gets bigger, there's actually quite a bit of meat in these flaps here. So you can cut them up too and bake them or smoke them or whatever. So yeah, so first step is skinning the fillet, and then you kind of have a feel where the bones are. So you get a spine running along there, and then on the gut cavity you've got some rib bones kind of coming flat there. So I'll just quickly skin this one.
Oh, yeah, you're left-handed, eh?
Yeah. So that's your fillet there. You can run your finger along and feel where the bones are. So often along the spine meat there's quite a bit of blood as well, so it's actually quite good just to, if you can spare it, just get rid of that bit down the middle. See, that's quite bloody. So the bloody meat often goes off first, so I'd like to get rid of that. And then with the gut, it's kind of a matter of how much you can salvage. If it's a thick fillet, often you can kind of get under the ribs and pull the ribs off from the top and leave a bit of meat, but with these smaller fish, it's pretty hard to do. You kind of lose most of it anyway, so I mean that got, yeah, there's a little bit left over, I guess. That's pretty much your fillet there, your classic fillet.